If you ever picked up a simple kid's toy and just wondered what's really going on there, what's actually being sold? Well, today we're going to peel back the layers on one of these toys. We're going to explore the fascinating business of educational play, the psychology of marketing to parents, and all those developmental promises they pack right into the box. Let's get into it. We see these words all the time, right? Educational, developmental, slapped on toy boxes everywhere. But what does that even mean? Can a simple, messy, fun activity like finger painting really boost a child's development? Or is that just some really clever marketing? That's the promise we're here to investigate. So, to get to the bottom of this, we're going to do a deep dive on one specific case study. We found a product online, and the way it's marketed is just a perfect example of how companies package and sell this whole idea of creativity development to parents today. All right, so here it is. This is our case study, the finger painting drawing toys set. It's from an online store called Toys for Us. Now, the product itself, finger paints, that's timeless. But the way it's presented, well, that tells a very modern story about what parents are really looking for in a toy. So who are they aiming this at? Well, they're casting a really wide net. It's for a huge age range, from 3 all the way up to 12 years old. And it's for use basically anywhere, at home, at school, in kindergarten. By positioning it as this universal tool, the brand makes its potential market as big as possible. Okay, so what do you actually get? To really understand what they're selling, we need to deconstruct the product itself. From the materials they use to the different buying options they give you, which are, of course, designed to help you make a certain choice. The core stuff is pretty simple. You get some vibrant paints and some quality paper. But look closer. Notice that key selling point right there, non-toxic? Now, that's not just a feature, it's a direct appeal to a parent's #1 concern, safety. It's basically giving you permission to embrace the mess without having to worry. And check this out. This is a classic. They offer you 2 choices. You've got the standard 16-piece set, and then there's the expanded 32-piece set. But the price difference? It's only $5. This is textbook upselling. It encourages you to just go for the larger, better value option. It feels like a no-brainer. All right, so now we're moving past the physical product and into the real heart of the marketing pitch. Because let's be honest, what they're really selling here isn't just paint. It's the promise of a better, smarter, more creative kid. This is it. This is the core of their entire strategy. The product isn't framed as just a fun thing to do on a rainy afternoon. No, it's a vital tool for a child's development. And that's exactly how you shift something from being a want to being a need in a parent's mind. And here is exactly how they break that down for you. The marketing lists all these concrete benefits. It enhances motor skills, improves hand-eye coordination, fosters self-expression, imagination. See, by using language like this, the toy becomes an investment in your child's future skills. They also lean really heavily on this idea of sensory exploration. Think about it, the actual tactile nature of finger painting, the feeling of the cool paint, the direct connection between your fingers and the paper. That's all presented as a unique learning experience, and it taps right into a really popular concept in modern parenting and education. Now, to give all these developmental claims an extra layer of authority, the marketing borrows a very powerful name. Let's look at how this simple little paint set gets linked up with a world-renowned educational philosophy. First off, what even is Montessori? Well, at its core, it's this whole approach to education that really champions hands-on, self-directed learning. The key idea here is that the focus is on the process of discovery and the freedom to express yourself, not just on the final product. For parents who are into this philosophy, that name is a huge seal of approval. And there it is. That's the connection. By slapping the Montessori toy label on this finger painting set, the seller instantly makes you associate it with all those valuable principles of child-led learning. I mean, that branding does a ton of heavy lifting to position this toy as a really thoughtful, educational choice. Okay, so the marketing has built a pretty compelling case for this thing as an educational investment. But what does that investment actually look like in dollars and cents? Let's break down the final practical stuff. The price, and importantly, the weight. So your entry-level option, the 16-piece set, that's going to run you just under $18. It's a pretty accessible price point, for a gift or just a weekend activity. And, like we saw before, for just $5 more, you can double the amount of stuff you get with the 32-piece set. $23? It makes that upgrade really tempting. But, and this is a big one, here's a crucial little detail that might change your mind: the shipping time. We're talking 10 to 12 days. So in our world of instant gratification and next day delivery, this isn't an impulse buy. It's something you actually have to plan for. And the product page ends on this really simple emotional note. It perfectly summarizes the entire strategy, doesn't it? They aren't just selling you paint and paper. They're selling the idea of creativity, the promise of development, and a simple moment of colorful joy. It's a really powerful mix. So maybe the next time you see an educational toy, you'll ask yourself, what's the product and what's the promise?